All right. Today we are going to go over how to convert word numbers and words into decimals and fractions. So, interestingly, if you say decimals properly, they have the same exact name as the equivalent fraction. So 6/10 as a decimal is equal to 6/10 as a fraction. So let me just write those out for you. First, I just want to go over decimal form again. So let's say we're at 0. This is the ones column. So, this is the ones column. This is the decimal. Then the first one, okay, is tenths. Okay. So the first number after the decimal is tenths. This one is hundredths. Okay. And then the third one would be thousandths, but we're not getting into that right now. But so this is in the hundredths place, this is in the tenths place. So 6/10, all we're doing is putting 6 in the tens place. Okay? I'm sorry, not the tens place, the tenths place. So it is 0.6. That's 6/10. And to put this as a fraction, an equivalent fraction, right? So they equal each other, is 6 over 10, right? So it's just 6/10. 500ths. Okay? So now I know that we have the ones place, the tenths place, and then the hundredths place. So we just have to put the 5 in the hundredths place. And then it equals, if there's 5 parts, and then the whole is 100, it is just equal 500ths equals 500ths as a fraction. Now, this is where it starts to get, I wouldn't say tricky per se, but slightly trickier, is 7300ths. So, what I'm doing here is I have to make sure that the number 73 ends in the hundredths place. Okay, so it doesn't start in the hundredths place, because this would actually not be 73 hundredths, that would be 73 thousandths. Okay, so we have to know that the number 73 hundredths, 73 has to end in the hundredths place. So it would be 0.73. 73 hundredths. And then this one would be, as a fraction, 73 parts of the whole, which is 100, right? And you can think of those, like a 100, one of those 100 squares where you have, 10 blocks, 10 rows of 10, so you could think of those for this, and 73 colored, like shaded, and then 100 is the whole. And now we have 5 and 12 hundredths. Okay? So I want to just mention that the and always means a decimal. Okay? So 5 and 12 hundredths means that the 5 is a whole number. And it would be 5 and is a decimal. And then 12 hundredths, I have to make sure that the 12 ends in the hundredths place, which is the second one. So it would be 5.12. or 5.12. And in a decimal form, we could just write it as a mixed number, and it would be 5 and then 12 hundredths. Okay, so just know that the and means that it's a decimal. And in fraction form, the and means that whatever comes before the and is the whole number, right? So it's 5 and 12 hundredths. That means that the 5 is a whole number. And then the and is either the decimal or where the fraction part of the mixed number starts. So hopefully that cleared up a couple of misconceptions.